WWE fans, welcome to the Backstage Jabronis. He's Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We are the media tag team champions of all things WWE. We know we are not only your mother's favorite, we might be your grandmother's favorite. Hopefully, we'll be your favorite soon. How are you, bud?
I'm always good. And it is a fact we are their grandmother's favorites. I was told by every grandmother.
It is. Those were delicious cookies.
Scrumptious.
Normally, I tell them you can just give us the recipe, but the fact that they actually showed up and brought them, that was awesome.
Yeah, who doesn't like a good grandma? Speaking of grandmas, I see I see Jade's still up to her stuff on she came out and said pretty much nothing, right? On SmackDown.
Yeah, clearly she's banged up too because she stomped to the ring like she was big and bad, got in the ring, barked something, I don't know, I barely heard it, and then walked back out like, look at me. And even the crowd was kind of like, where's she
Well,
going?
I kind of feel like it's what we talked about in the manner of who's going to face her. But I kind of felt that was answered on Raw when they took the belts off of two contenders. They took the tag team belts off of two
No,
contenders.
actually, if you remember, I know you said SmackDown was a while ago for you, so you might have.
Yeah.
I just recently watched it, so you might not remember all of it. She's I don't know. B-Fab was running her mouth about Jade as Jade walked by to Meechin, and Jade stopped and turned around and said, if you're gonna run your mouth, you ought to do something about it. And B-Fab says, fine with
Well,
me. Basically, I'll be your Huckleberry. So it turns out
maybe
the first person is going to be B-Fab next week on SmackDown.
well, you remember that we talked about that as well. We had said, okay, they
It's going
got
to
the
be somebody
title
like
on
that.
Jade. Who's going to be the one that sacrifices themselves? B-Fab,
B-Fab,
unfortunately.
Meechin.
Meechin, yeah.
Um,
They took the belt off Julia. Also, I seen. So
they did, and it nothing personal to her. It was it was about a Okay, the match probably took 5 minutes, but the actual action between her and Chelsea Green was probably closer to a minute and a half.
Chelsea is
Is
a
on fire right
superstar.
now.
She's a superstar.
Yeah.
So putting the title back on her made sense. She's almost. So this is the IC title, right? The women's
No,
IC.
U.S. title. U.S. title.
Okay, because
She's a double
I
champ too.
I was going to compare her to the I say Mr. Perfect in a manner of they just look good with the title on them and they're really good bad people.
Oh
Mr.
yeah, absolutely. The
It's sad
difference
that
is that Chelsea will get a chance to be world
champion.
champion and she'll probably win.
It's sad that Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig never got never got to hold the world championship.
I know.
But yeah, I
He
did
he
not.
had a couple matches with Hogan. With
But
Hogan,
yeah,
there he is on the bottom. But it was never any serious consideration, which was he was the best athlete they had.
same thing as Rick Rude. It's sad Rick Rude never held the world title.
Yeah,
We could probably spend an entire show on talking about people that never held the world title that should have. Ricky
Roddy
the
Piper.
Dragon Steamboat, Roddy Piper. Um, but that's neither here nor there. But like I said, I didn't catch SmackDown. I was at work, I believe. No, I was doing something. I don't know what I was doing, but I missed it unfortunately. So I don't know what really happened. I watched highlights, but I kind of forget. I just knew that Jade came down there, said 5 words, and I seen that Julia lost her title.
Yep.
Outside of that, I don't know what happened on SmackDown. I just finished
Um.
up Raw, so it's going to be
Okay.
an interesting conversation.
Okay. Well, I will run through the highlights of SmackDown then. Ilya Dragunov had the open challenge, and Tommaso Ciampa come down again. This time with Gargano and Candice LeRae, and he says, "Quit ducking me, quit ducking me." And Dragunov called him a much dirtier version of a jack o' lantern, uh, talking about the the animal. We're keeping it clean on here. Which enraged Champa, but Champa goes, "Oh no, you're right. Fine, I will calm down. I'm not gonna let you get riled up and everything." And Dragunov goes, "Yeah, I got no problem challenging." Or it said something like, "My challenger is in the ring," and he pointed to Gargano, and so Champa was on the outside, and him and Gargano tore it up. Gargano is ridiculous. Um, that's very sad. Um, but they had a really good match. Dragunov ended up with the win, but they ridiculously tore it up. They're really building up Champa and Dragunov, which is going to be good. What's the other thing? Uh, Now, if you saw Raw, you saw the second time the formation of the new tag team has showed up. They played a big role in the main event on as far as outside interference, but on SmackDown is when we first saw Nia Jax and Last Legend pair up, and my goodness, you better stay out of their way because those are two bad mamas right there. Shout out Last Legend, who I believe went to Harrison High School or something. She's from Cobb County.
I didn't know. Oh shit! I didn't know. Lash Legend. I'm so tired. I didn't know Lash Legend was so big. She's a big chick.
Oh
And so
yeah,
when I seen them on Raw, I was like, is this the Skyscrapers 2.0? I mean, remember Mean Mark and Sid Vicious?
or Dan Spivey, he was in there
Or
too.
Dan Spivey, yeah. Dan Spivey was, yeah.
No, but they're I don't know that there's a comparable tag team I could come up with, but no, they are two big, bad, powerful people. And if Jade was a face and not a heel, I would say one of those two are going to take it off of her. But since they're all heels, I kind of want to see how they're going to operate. But it seems like they're building the tag division in the women.
Well, they also on Raw, they set the stage for two war games, the women's and the men's. We're just missing one person from the men's on each side. But on the women's, it's going to be the Kubaki Yubaki Warriors, whatever they're called, and
Kabuki,
Kabuki. That's it. And um, Lash and why am I
Naya,
forgetting Naya going against the returning Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Charlotte and Alexa.
which is weird about the men's because on SmackDown, the MFTs and the Wyatt went face to face again, and I was like, "That's your War Games. Why in the world are they just facing up?
Maybe
That's
there's
your War Games. Forget
maybe there's gonna
Cody.
be
Forget all that other crap."
two nights, two men's and two women's.
Man, that's a lot of carnage because I haven't seen it, but AEW did their version, which is more of the original version. They call it Blood and Guts, but it's more of the original War Games. And there were multiple articles out today that I did not read, but it talked about who was banged up from those matches, and I'm sure it was a shorter list to say who was not because
Well,
they are brutal.
last year War Games is where Bronson Reed got hurt.
Yep, broke both his ankles.
Yes. And apparently he's going to perform in this year's too.
I bet he don't go to the top rope.
I bet he or by top of the cage. Yeah. I feel I like Logan Paul division. I like that. Um,
Yeah. Oh, that's
Logan's
last thing on SmackDown
SmackDown.
was Aleister Black actually confronted Cody, and they
Yeah,
ended up having a match at the end that was
I wasn't.
only, I'm not going to say ruined, it was enhanced by Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest coming down and then it becoming a melee. But Aleister Black, to me, was outshining Cody Rhodes. And that's not because that, I like Cody as much as anybody. I'm not trying to downplay his abilities. Aleister Black put on a show, put on a exhibition like he's always been a main eventer.
I have to watch it because I haven't been a big fan of Aleister Black. I love his character. He's great on the mic, but he's boring to me in the ring.
Keep in mind, he keeps it simplistic. There's no wasted motion. Everything has meaning. He's not going to just do something for the sake of doing it. He's not going to fluff up something. He's just going to straight up do what he needs to do, and that's his style. That's the way his school is. Well, I've seen a half dozen of his proteges, and they all have their own spin on it, and still all have their own personalities. But everyone, there's not a wasted motion. John Cena is actually the same way. Cena doesn't do something just to do it. It all makes sequential sense.
He just sells. He adds more character to it. That's why John.
He puts a little more flair on it. But yeah, Alistair straight up just is
and that's
a
what I consider Alistair boring in the ring, but he's a superstar outside the ring, in my opinion.
Okay.
I'm wondering if that's going to be the next. I mean, Cody's going to be participating in War Games with Jay and CM Punk. And I won't be surprised if they don't add LA Knight as the fourth member.
It depends. He's still in the tournament right now. If you notice, so far the people involved are not in the tournament.
I was pleasantly surprised that Sheamus beat Shinsuke.
Me too. I thought Nakamura made the most sense, but Sheamus has more of a history with Cena, so it made a little more sense. But I don't know. Let's get all the non-tournament stuff out of the way because we might finish the show on the tournament. It's deep.
Okay. I seen that. This is the first time I've seen this in a while. They on Raw and reused the Jade coming for the world title with Bella over Stephanie, which was
I was about to say, oh my gosh, the thing they want you to talk about this week, the biggest thing that happened in WWE, according to WWE, is Nikki Bella went heel, and that's as much as I have to say about it.
Yeah, and they did. What? Here's an idea: don't copy the exact same thing that you did over there on SmackDown. Come on, so is it a SmackDown writer and a Raw writer? Do they not know each other? Do they not look at each other's shows?
No, clearly they do because they just copy each other's papers.
But how, man? Why are we doing this?
I don't know. There were so many other ways you could have done that and just didn't.
There's so many other women wrestlers that you can put up against her.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
You didn't even need to turn her heel. You could have just had them face.
I don't know why they're pushing Nikki so hard. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that Nikki is. I don't know.
Wait. We can't say too much. We might accidentally be on vacation next weekend like we planned.
Yeah, right.
Shout out Wade Barrett. We got you, big fella.
Yeah,
we got you.
We got you, Wade. Okay, outside of the tournament. Also, might as well talk about it. John Cena is now a triple crown champion or
Grand
what
Slam.
do they call it? What is it?
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam. He's a Grand Slam. I did not know that he had never won the IC title.
Up until that match started, the thought never crossed my mind. They're like, oh, and it's the one that's always eluded him. And I went, how many times did he actually challenge for it? Like once or twice? I don't think he went for it all that much.
He went for it
because he went U.S. title into world title, and then world title to heavyweight, and then heavyweight to world, and world to heavyweight, and back and forth this way. He never, he tag team and all that stuff. He never came down a level. He stayed on top for so long. It made no sense for him to go after it.
And now. So I was happy.
They stirred it up. They stirred it up when that happened.
Yes. So I was happy to see him go against Dom. Loved it. So that was one of the ones I wanted to mark off the list.
Yep.
Now you're sitting back and you're like, okay, so he's going to have to drop the title to somebody. Will it be on his lap? You think he's going to walk out with the IC title of all of them? Maybe United States, not IC.
I'm just saying. I got to play the other side of it. It's like, sure, everybody knows more than likely he's going to drop it to somebody.
But is it going to be
he could easily walk through the door with it on his shoulder, and they just go, "See you, bud."
Yeah, I know who he's going to drop it to. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want him to appear because my office is at the nicest. I'm thinking he's going to drop it to him.
No, I don't even think we see him till first of the year in WWE.
I think he puts it on somebody that's never had it,
I agree.
and it's not going to
All
be
right, all
anybody
right.
that
So,
has
all right. So
anything.
clearly we're into the tournament talk now.
Well,
Um,
I don't think it's going to be against anybody in the tournament. I feel while the tournament's going on, John Cena's going to. He has
well,
three more matches. He's got a Raw, Survivor Series, and
well, he's
the
got
Saturday
he's
night
got three more appearances. We
appearances.
know there's at least two matches, but the next Raw he doesn't necessarily have to do anything.
That is true. That is true. So as
I
a
didn't think he was going to
potential,
wrestle against Sammy when he did that one. I thought he was just
you
going to show
mean
up and go.
you mean against Dominique?
Well, that one too. Either one.
Okay.
I didn't know. I didn't think he was going to wrestle against either one.
I was surprised, pleasantly surprised.
But without going, I mean, it doesn't matter results or nothing like that. And some of the ones coming up, the world's going to get to see Javon Evans, and they're going to get to see Gunther cut him in half with chop. Um, Javon is going to be really fun. He's very high energy. You compared him to Kofi Kingston. I would say he is a lot more Jeff Hardy, but he's like tall and lanky, where Jeff is a little shorter. But other than that,
Okay.
he's very high energy, very like Jeff Hardy will just jump and flip and turn his body off of just anything. It's it's like putting a cheat code in Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It's that he will go everywhere off of everything. And he's actually a really good kid, but he's only like 20 years old. So I don't. The thing about this whole tournament, the thing to watch out for is what did John Cena say when he talked about the people that could be in this, or Triple H or whoever it was? They make
NXT,
mention.
Raw,
Well, there's
SmackDown.
that, but also he wants to stay out of major storylines. So John Cena to me is not going to be the mystery person in War Games because he's going to stay out of that. Plus, why in the world would you do that on the way out? Um,
That's a good call.
if he's going to drop the belt, or even just who on his way, he always mentions, and so does that little video montage about the tournament. He wants to give people the same opportunity that Kurt Angle gave him years ago. That means there's somebody who needs either the extra bump or a big bump that he wants to show you. Watch him. That's going to be, he did Dom, unless you want to circle back and have Dom be on the end and get his title back, but I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
It's going to be somebody, probably NXT or somebody. I mean, we haven't seen Austin Theory. Maybe he's one of these question marks. Maybe it's an Austin Theory. Maybe it's an Oba Femi. Maybe it's one of those guys that when you get the John Cena nod at the end, you go up to the top and they go, well,
You know
dang,
who
he's
you know who
really
we're
good.
forgetting about? Stark.
He's going to be the face of NXT for a while. I don't think Ricky
Saints. Ricky Saints.
Saints. He's Saints now. I
Yeah.
called him Stark for so long, it threw me off. But everybody, that's why it's not going to be Sheamus. It's not, or actually, the person I think it is doesn't fit everything I just said. Even though I'm starting to really believe it's going to be somebody he's going to give the leg up to. But
Gunther.
what if he gives the biggest respectful nod that he possibly can to one of his biggest rivals, who never gets a fair shake, never
Rusev.
seems to get the better end of the stick?
The Miz. Rusev.
The Miz. Have you seen the Miz social media in the last week and a half?
I have not.
It is a lot of promos that either are about John Cena or John Cena's in the ring. And it's the Miz just basically going off about, I'm the one showing up. I'm doing the media. I did this. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. And I'm doing this. And at one point, he's pointing at Roman Reigns. He's pointing at John Cena. And he's like, you're here half the time. You're here a lot of the time. I'm here every day. And right now, he held up the Intercontinental title of all things during one. This was like in 2013 or something. He holds it up and he goes, I'm the only champion in this ring right now. And yet the crowd wants to cheer, is not sure if they want to cheer or boo you. And they like boo Roman Reigns. They're not sure if they want to cheer or boo you. And they cheer CM or Cena. And he goes, and yet I'm here every day putting in the work and nobody cares. And I was like, look at all of his promos. He never gets his just due for all the things he does. So why wouldn't, if Cena gets a say in it, or even if he didn't, they go, why don't you give Mike his due? at the very end, whether he beats you or whether you beat him, you just look and go, you really were one of my best opponents.
Maybe even drop the title to The Miz.
The
But here's the
Intercontinental title
question.
and bring it back full circle again.
Yeah, here's the question I got. Who's facing Solo next week? Because
If Solo was not a heel, I would say Obafemi makes a lot of sense because if he beats Solo, then everybody go, oh, he's a monster. But he was last a dominant heel on NXT. It would make no sense to kill Solo's momentum with all the stuff he's doing right now. I do think it's either an NXT or an out of the box guy or an out of WWE guy.
because the way
Because
he
there was that.
responded, he stopped.
Well,
So
both of them did it on SmackDown. Aldis did it. He announced. Um, God, it was a match. He announced that it's going to be Miz versus Jay, and it's going to be LA Knight versus. I'll keep that to myself. And then
Oba. Why
Pierce
not LA Knight
Pierce
versus
did it
Oba?
on Raw. Which one?
LA Knight versus Oba?
That makes 1,000% chance because LA Knight against bigger opponents usually does way better than the smaller ones. When he goes against guys bigger than him, he has way better matches.
And he can bounce like a light dude, but he can lift like a heavy dude.
Right. And
LA
Oba
Knight is
was
so
a big guy.
underrated. Yeah.
Oba's probably 6'4", 6'5",
Batista.
280,
Batista size.
290. I mean, he's probably close to Brock Lesnar's size.
Like a Batista.
Built more like Brock Lesnar, just big linebacker from Alabama. That's where he went to school. He could just run through you.
And see, I don't think Brock's going to be in this tournament, though.
No,
It makes no
no, there's
sense.
no reason to.
Because you're not
He'll
going
be
to
at
put.
War Games if anything.
I don't even know if he's going to be there. I think he just made a comeback just to face John one time, and then he's going back to wherever he was. I didn't care to see. Like I
Canada.
said, I'm don't care too much about Brock. Neither here nor there.
I do. I think they're picking their shots, and that's the kind of contract he has, almost a legend deal. He comes back for 2 or 3 weeks to plug whatever he's doing, and then he does that match, and then you might not see him again.
I don't know. So
But
I think I hope the Miz beats Jay. I don't care about seeing Jay versus John Cena.
No, I don't. It's not personal, Jay. I'm sure it'd be good, but as far as opponents that make sense to me, it's either Miz or it's somebody from NXT or it's an outside guy. It's none of the other people in
I
it.
think
Like
LA Knight
you
would be
said,
a great versus John.
he really would, and that would be that extra respectful bump that he could use to everybody go, you know what? Yeah, he is that guy.
So I feel like, and which makes me worry about LA Knight's opponent, because if they didn't want to say, which means LA Knight's probably gonna get beat, because you're not gonna build this person up just to fucking have them lose.
Right? Same thing with Solo. As good
Yeah,
as Solo
Solo's
is,
gonna
and as
lose.
much as he's doing, he's losing to whoever this is.
Yes. And the other match
And actually,
was
you know what? Solos might be the outside the company guy.
Yeah. You don't see Joe Hendry being in this tournament? Why
don't.
not?
I don't know that I want to see Cena versus Hendry.
Well, I mean, maybe not versus him, but have him like 2, 3, 4 matches, like get pretty deep in the just to so okay, this is who's going to be here next year. Let's put him in against Solo would be a good match.
Yeah, it'd be all right. Feel like Solo probably run that one pretty good. It's not personal to Hendry. It's just I think Solo's that much further ahead of him.
You're not a Hendry fan?
I was until he started matching up with people that were better than him. And when he started matching up with the guys on the heavyweight level, started to see the gap.
But what if it's Jeff Hardy versus Solo?
I mean, TNA guys are on the table. I mean, it could be Matt Hardy. There's a guy currently on the TNA roster who's also on the NWA roster who has a history with Cena. We've mentioned him before. His wife just won another title that we talked about. I'm always ready, Matt Cardona.
I'd like to see him. We got to be getting close on time because I don't have this timer.
Like 6.5 minutes.
Okay, we're good. Okay.
Yeah, we got some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. I mean, for one, we're forgetting Gunther, but Gunther doesn't need the John Cena nod to be considered better. Gunther's already going to be potential Hall of Fame level.
I'm worried that that's who they're going to let win this tournament. You don't believe so?
I don't think it'll be Javon, but maybe his second round opponent, or if Gunther makes it to the final, he'll get beat by whoever's going to win it. First round is like you shake out the shenanigans of the first round. The second round is where, he beat him. Okay, so that gives them a little bit more boost. And so when you get to the finals, if it's Gunther versus, I don't know, just for the sake of, if it's Gunther, Obafemi, whatever, if that's who they want to, or if it's Gunther and the Miz, so the Miz gets his caboose just stomped in by Gunther, but finds a way to win in the end. Well, what kind of boost is that to go against Cena? That's a fantastic boost. You knocked off Gunther. Now he's going to come after you later.
It sets it up for once this John Cena thing's done, Gunther can now start a rivalry with whoever it was that stopped him from facing Cena.
Which is why I like an Obafemi or something makes sense, because then we know where we're starting the year.
Yeah. Okay. SmackDown and
Raw. I mean, we're just throwing out names. It could honestly be so many different people, because I have not even tried to dig into the TNA roster to think who could really do it over there. The only people you can knock off your list are AEW people. They ain't coming over. If there's anybody else in the world, sure. If you go to your local VFW and watch shows once a month, it could be one of those guys. It ain't going to be an AEW guy.
So we are. When is the Saturday night match?
December
13th.
Yeah, 13th, 14th, one of those.
Yes, 13th on a Saturday. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 more Friday night SmackDowns and 1, 2, 3, and 4 more Raws. 5 SmackDowns and 4 Raws.
So we're a month away.
To get to. So how many more matches are there before they go into the next round?
I think there's only 8 in the tournament, if I'm not mistaken, because it would just. But with that much time, you could do 16.
Yes, there sure were a lot, and with them doing two every show, there were a lot of names in that where they're drawing names out of.
Although the R-Truth spot. Did you see that one?
If it happened on SmackDown, I missed it.
It was. I thought it was on Raw.
What happened?
Go find it. I don't have time to explain it. It involved him bringing his own name and 2 balls, and then they said, whoa, Truth, you're already in the mix. You're in there already. Oh, I see how it is, dog. My balls ain't good enough for you. Snatch him out of the hand and walks off. I can't remember who it was now. Maybe it was. I don't know. It was one of them. But I mean, like you said, we got new women's tag champions too, which is I don't understand it unless you're just trying to mix the pot, because I didn't see the reason to move the belts there. But you're trying to introduce your new tag team, so at least there's 3 tag teams now.
But you're introducing a new tag team who are heels while giving titles to heels. So those 2 can't even face each other.
And the other team I'm thinking about is also a heel team, so it would have made better sense to keep the belts on the faces and have the 3 teams chase the one.
Yeah, but hey, who knows, man? We don't write this stuff, obviously, because if we did, it'd make a little bit more sense.
Make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And John Cena's last opponent would be the Backstage Jabronis.
Yes. He did reach out to us for those y'all, but they couldn't match what we were asking.
Nope. I told him I only like orange M&M, and you told them it had to be 3 Red Bulls a day, and they didn't want to do it because Logan sponsors and Prime's pretty good, but it's just
Yeah,
not my thing.
mine either.
But guess we've reached the end of the show, and we've exhausted about. I think we talked about dang near everything. Oh, shout out William Regal for yelling "War Games" like nobody else can. By the way,
Love
that was
William
pretty
Regal.
cool. They just call in Regal, and he just goes "War Games," and you're like, "Oh, I'm pumped. Let's go. Let's do it now."
Yeah, I love William Regal.
Absolutely. But like I said, we've reached the end of the show. Thanks for
That's it.
tuning in to another great edition of the Backstage Jabronis. He's Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We will see you guys next time. Deuces Gooses. Go watch wrestling.
Watch wrestling.